Home Minister has come out all guns blazing. He's accusing his opponents of monumental ignorance. He's saying there are 111 such election fraud petitions against MPs of the 15th Lok Sabha. Subramanian Swamy, member of the NDA, demanding Chidambaram's resignation, now joins us. Dr. Swamy, Mr. Chidambaram feels that everybody's been very unfair to him. There are 111 similar petitions alleging fraud and election malpractice in various courts across the country. He's saying the opposition is guilty of monumental ignorance when they demand my resignation.
Well, we know that Chidambaram is a great con artist. All these 111 MPs, they are not home ministers. The home minister is supposed to be someone who can inspire confidence that he will catch crooks. If he himself is prima facie found guilty of 27 charges of fraud, coercion and a variety of other things connected with elections, I think it is only fair that he should resign. And
but Dr. Swamy, are you not stretching facts? He hasn't prima facie been found guilty of any of the charges that are being levelled against him. The court has in fact dismissed 2 charges of him having misused official machinery, of him having misused banking officials. Those have been knocked out of the petition, and now the case will be heard on merit. The court hasn't in any way ruled on the merits and demerits of this case, sir.
Well, first of all, the petition was filed as an interlocutory application by Mr. Chidambaram, asking that all 29 charges be wiped out. Because they were baseless, they didn't have any evidence. But the court found prima facie evidence in 27. The other 2 dealt with the returning officer and some bank officer. That's not very relevant for the whole case. What is important is that the charges of coercion, the charges of fraud, the charges of enforcing his own way with the returning officer, all that has been
tried, Dr. Swamy. That will now go into a trial. Yes, when the NDA demands the Home Minister's resignation, the government is saying, the opposition and you particularly have made this a habit, that according to you should just carry his resignation in his pocket and hand it over to you every single morning. They're saying that the charges have been proven. Yes, sir.
Mr. Kanwal, you welcomed it when Raja's resignation was taken. Was he found guilty? Were the charges proved against him? It was only prima facie, and that too of the CAG report. And the Supreme Court asked, why is he still a minister? The Supreme Court has been very clear in all cases where a prima facie case is established, the minister has to resign.
No, but what about the 111 other MPs against whom there are similar petitions? There are similar petitions in various courts against 111 MPs.
I am not asking Mr. Chidambaram to resign from Lok Sabha. Those 111 are not home ministers. These are all the usual con artist techniques of just diverting the issue.
But let me extend that logic, Dr. Swamy. Let me extend that logic.
Yes.
Jayalalitha is facing serious charges of corruption, disproportionate assets, which are currently at an advanced stage of trial in Bangalore.
Yes.
Going by this logic, she shouldn't have even taken oath. She has no business being in power. If the same yardstick is applied to her.
Well, you see, first of all, Mrs. Jayalalitha's trial, which is being held in Bangalore, has been going on since 1994. And she has been freshly re-elected. I have no problem if Mr. Chidambaram resigns today and restarts.
An election victory, Dr. Swamy, cannot condone fraud and disproportionate assets and corruption. That's no logic. You're guilty of double standards, Dr. Swamy.
You don't put words in my mouth, Mr. Kanwal. I did not say that. I said this is a 1995 case in which Ms. Jayalalitha's thing. If Ms. Jayalalitha is to resign and Mr. Chidambaram wants her to resign, let him. He can have his fight with Jayalalitha. Don't bring that in.
No, but you're saying that Jayalalitha has won election. You just said, Dr. Swamy, you said Jayalalitha has won election as if that absolves her. That's what you said, Dr. Swamy. That's exactly what you said. That she has won election. That does not absolve her of her guilt.
No, I'm surprised a moderator like you shouting away and not listening to the speaker. Why do you want me here at all? If you want to hear only yourself. What I said is that this is a 1995 case, and since then she has been elected. I am not exonerating her. I am saying that she has come back after an election, and the case is being now proceeded with in Bangalore. Now, in the case of Mr. Chidambaram, he is Home Minister. He is now being found guilty of fraud. This is directly in this particular parliament. Let him resign and contest the elections again.
But that will not in any way change or impact this trial. The trial is confusing two issues. You are saying that if he resigns and contests again, that gives him some sort of moral authority. It doesn't. The trial still needs to go to court. The court needs to rule on the merits.
What are we saying? What are we saying? That he is home minister. It's a ministry where you are supposed to catch crooks. And he is himself found to be prima facie guilty of coercion, crookery, all kinds of crookery. He can't be home minister. He can be, if he wants to be sports minister or something, he can be.
No, but how can you be a crook and be a sports minister? That logic doesn't hold, Dr. Swamy. Well, a crook can be sports minister, but a crook can't be home minister. What sort of logic is that?
I am telling you what kind of logic. If it doesn't appeal to you, let me explain to you. I am saying that in this ministry, it is important to have a moral authority to be able to enforce the law. I want him out of the home ministry.
Okay.
If he has to have a ministry, give him the sports ministry, I said.
Dr. Swamy, stay with us.
Money there.
I want to bring you into our next story as well.